a case for bigger products or more, how to say?
Kitchenware?
So that's an electrical home appliance. Not exactly, but not so far. And that's for bigger products and also high volume, low mix, right? So this we're still doing the pre-production work. So that's why things are a bit messy and there's no regular work. We're doing one little change to make a few prototypes. And that's, in this case, on this bigger product, we have a lot of materials. So we have the materials lined up like this on the side that feed the line basically, right? And this is a conveyor belt. We can use it to make things move. Usually we don't like to use that, but in some cases it's useful. That's one example of a different kind of line from below. Where below it was much more concentrated.
I know.
A bit more like this.
Yeah. It's sort of like pick and pack and move.
Is that a prototype there on the shelf? Is that some mould? It's one of the components.
This is the
Frame.
like the backbone of the machine. Yeah, the frame. The frame of the machine.
Yeah.
But is this, Renault, is this just the development?
Prototype.
Pre-production.
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 Not in production yet. There's still some design things to improve, but that's already that's going to be a run of like 50 machines or something.
Is that all?
Huh?
Not 1,000. Not 1,000 machines.
1,000 will be the next batch.
Oh,
The next
okay.
one. This is still pre-production.
Okay.
This is a machine of very high level of complexity.
Okay.
With about 40 custom designed parts.
Right.
Software, all kinds of things.
Wow.
It gets hot.
Yep. Yep.
Complicated thing. Some mechanical actions.
So you do the 50 first.
Yes. So you make the prototypes just to test the function, okay, and also some prototypes maybe for the look. Then it comes together in what we call engineering prototypes, like work like and look like the final product. Okay, that's fine, and we do the tooling and so on. Okay, but then it's not really yet to go into mass production. What you want to do is some validation testing runs. Okay. So certain things. So first you do some, okay, just to make sure with the parts of tooling, is it functional? Do we have problems? Is it the right performance?
Yeah.
Do we have any issues in this case for high temperature, etc.?
Right.
Then you go a little bit further and you say, let's put together some prototypes on the assembly and everything just the same as mass production.
Okay.
Everything production intent processes, right? The manufacturing steps, the testing steps, etc. Right? And you do that, you surface some more issues, you work on that. If there's a lot of issues, you do that again, or maybe a bit more, okay? And at one point you say, okay, let's go into the thousands. But you don't want to rush into the thousands, because then you find some issues, and that's a lot of money. If you have a batch of 1,000 machines here, and you see that you have a big problem, you need to go back to the design, make some changes, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of thousands of dollars.
Amazing.
In material, and maybe you have to scrap it.
But it's a lot. This is a lot of money development.
This is a complicated machine that is unique and that comes with a lot of its own challenges.
You know, if I was a customer and I'm thinking, okay, price point of something like this, maybe $150, $200 maximum.
Yeah.
Then I've got to think, shit. 60% of this has got to go to this factory to develop it, and there's a lot of calculations going on here to say, okay, let's pull the button on this development.
Yes. So you have the non-recurring engineering costs, right?
Yeah.
To get to your prototypes, etc., all your components, validate all this, the testing, the certifications. Then at one point you say, okay, it's mature enough to go into production.
Yeah.
Right? But this is you have this big investment.
But the customer's paying this at the start.
Yes.
Okay. So the customer
It's their product.
they must believe in it.
Oh yes.
They must know the market will
Yes.
buy
But I
it.
guess that's where also
Okay.
an established brand like a Braun, where if it's doing sort of these household items or kitchenware,
Yeah.
they would have
They got their brand.
their own Hollywood
Yes, of course.
production. This one's going to be a hit, this one's going to be a hit. And
Right.
That's coming to you in a certain way, because you're doing actual work. For the smaller player, as you say, if it's a startup, you put your entire thought process into this one.
Yes.
And you think it's going to be a success. You've done some trials. You've done some
Yeah.
tests.
You raise money, you pre-sell. If it's a consumer product, you try to do something like Kickstarter.
Yeah.
You try to raise as much as possible in advance.
But it can still fail.
Of course.
Big chance of it failing.
The drop shipping is here, so that's where
Okay.
it is.
I mean, so from that perspective, I guess you're not off the scale yet, but you could, I guess, in the future be a facilitator to some style. If you have a belief, if they come to you and you say, actually, this could actually work from your experience, then you could support them a little bit, perhaps. Yeah.
So this is prototyping for PCB assembly.
Oh, SMT. Yep.
So this is very low volume thing, right? This is not what you used to see in the high volume SMT shops.
Okay.
With the super long oven and so on.
Yeah.
So components,
Yep.
the stencil, right? That you're going to use to apply the solder paste.
Yep.
Exactly where needed on the boards.
Yep.
So once this is done, it's laser cut, and there's
You don't do the laser cutting.
not
do you?
here.
No.
Not here. We have, but not that precise. Then what you do is you put your bolt under. Okay, you put your bolt under,
Yep.
and then with the little squeegee here,
Yep.
you apply your solder paste, which is in the fridge, up like this. Again, very low volume, right?
Right. That's the manual part.
You put it here. This is SMT. So
Then it goes boop, 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 boop,
yes,
boop,
so it's
yep.
pick and place. It's a robot that
Yes.
goes pick the components on
Yep.
the reels and place them on the boards.
Yep.
And then you put the board in the oven.
Okay.
There's a temperature profile that it follows. It's very important that it follows that profile. So it's the same idea as putting it in this on the conveyor belt and then.
Yeah, like the pizza. Yep.
Right. Same kind of profile actually. Same.
Yeah.
Then they look at it. They might do some little manual operations, some fixing if necessary.
Checking. Yep.
This is highly magnifying.
Yes. Yeah.
Very typical approach, right? So
All right.
this is for making, let's say, 1 to 50 or 100 pieces.
Okay.
Very often we do between 1 and 10.
All right.
Between 1 and 10.
Okay. So prototypes.
Right. Just to go fast. The electronic designers come up with schematics, the layout, everything.
Oh, you have them in your
Yes.
factory.
We get the components and everything. We can get it done here very fast, rather than asking the high volume SMT shop to stop everything and just run 5 boards.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have electronic designers here.
Oh yes.
My
Yes.
God. The only thing you don't do is making the PCB board.
Correct, of course. The PCB is a huge operation.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Huge operation.